Hi, in this video, we are going to see how we can use Backendflow and its AI logic builder to achieve business logic for our Flutter Flow applications, or for that matter, any application that we are building on any UI builder like Powell, Adalo, etc. Right? So, without much delay, let's get into straightforward the implementation. So, first thing is I'm going to, let's say, create a new trigger function, and it right away opens the create function. Okay, so I'm going to call this, like, let's say, dashboard data. Okay, and let's focus on what these inputs are a bit later, but let's first focus on the steps. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say get the count of users, right? So, and I'm going to say generate the function. So it's printing out something, and it says blah blah blah, and snapshot say return user count. Okay, so I'm going to run test, and I'm immediately going to see a result which says 2110. So that basically means I have 2110 users. Perfect. That's exactly correct, right? So I'm going to next say is get the number of users who registered in last 30 days, and maybe uh, get the number of users who registered in the last 7 days, and maybe give me a list of the last five registered users with their name and email. Make sure you mark XXX on the email so that it is not exposed publicly. Right? So, and I'm going to say return all this as JSON, anything, right? Okay, so I'm going to click generate function. So it's pretty random that I'm just pulling out some very randomly. I'm just typing in some statements in the best language that I can kind of describe. I'm not a native English speaker, so I am just describing it, saying, okay, you can actually try this implementing with, like, let's say, Spanish, French, and it should still work, right? So there is no barrier with regards to the prompting language. You can go ahead and try it in Chinese. You can go try it in Japanese, in Korean, in English. But yeah, anything, it kind of it works, right? So it's writing some sort of code. Let's see what it gives me. Okay, so yeah, it added, I think, yeah, it kind of worked there. It gave me the email, so I'm going to say registered with their name. Okay, it doesn't have the name, so I'm going to say document ID. It's very likely that some people who are registering might not have actually the name, or most likely it has to be with the field display underscore name, because it might not actually have a name field. It should have known, but yeah. So you get the whole logic, right? So you don't need to do anything. All you have to do is a bit of prompts, and you will immediately start seeing the results, which are consolidations. So you can basically put it through any formula you want. You can query any collection you want. You can even trigger an external API saying send an email to all these people, right? And it will actually do that. Which maybe in later one more video, I will actually showcase the capabilities. So I'm going to run test again. There you go. So I got the display name along with their email, right? And so for the email, I can, you make sure you mark XXX after first three characters of the email ID before the at symbol. and also the TLD can be xxxxx.com. Yeah, I do not know how to best describe, but yeah. So we will shortly be adding a capability where you are in a position to kind of modify this code, but not in a lot more easier manner. So don't get overwhelmed with the fact that you might have to edit code. No, in case you don't want to write code, you can still keep continuing to go and change your prompts here, and it should right out of the box work. As you see, the another benefit is there is no DevOps. DevOps meaning there is no build process, there is no deploy process, so it doesn't actually take 5 minutes of your time when you are most productive. And when you click run, the moment it generates the code, it is ready to work right out of the box, right? So after the first three characters, it was able to put an XXXX, whatever, right? So fantastic. So it was able to. So we are able to kind of see that we are able to protect the emails. We are able to encode it. We are able to return the name. We are able to return the count. We are able to return the last 30 days. And we are also able to return the total user count. That's it. So this one, I click save, and this can straight out of the box be imported into my Flutterflow project. So how does that work is I'm going to go ahead and click on the download API bundle, and it's going to download this API for me, right? So I'm going to go ahead and extract this. So I'm going to go into my Flutterflow project now, any of the projects that you might have. And I'm going to click here on the import open API. Please note that if you are on the free plan of Flutterflow, uh, okay, 1 second. I think it did not switch the interfaces. Just a minute. You Yeah, I think it was not switching the interfaces, but yeah, in the next video, what we can do is we can actually see how to import these APIs directly. But in case you do know how to configure APIs in Flutterflow, you can very well go ahead and copy these exact configurations into the Flutterflow API builder, and it should start to work. Right? That's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.